Now, the most important part of addressing your specific treatment for your heel pain is identifying what the main cause is, and what I use is the term drivers. What is the driver for you having the problem that you have right now? And so I've just identified a few here. There are a whole lot of other ones, but tight calves. Now this is something that you can address straight away by just doing a basic calf stretch, and we show you how to do that on our website. Loading. So loading is a big one. It's compressive load coming down and squashing the heel, and it's also a tensile load, or pulling the heel. So it's pulling from side to side or pulling from the fascia this way. Trauma, so jumping, landing heavily on the heel can be enough to sort of set this off. Footwear is another big one. It might be selection of footwear, so choosing the wrong type of shoes or spending too much time in the wrong type of shoe. And also change of footwear. So you may change your footwear, and that will have an impact on how that is loading the plantar fascia underneath your foot, and that can precipitate this problem. Gait style and foot type. These sometimes have an implication for the loading of this problem. A typical example of this that we see is someone's gait style may change after they have a hip replacement or a knee replacement, and that can precipitate this plantar fasciitis or this heel pain. Chronic stress and load. So we're talking about occupational components. We know that there's very definitely an occupational component to this problem. If you spend prolonged periods of time on your feet, you are more likely to have this plantar fasciitis and this heel pain problem. And there are things that we can do to mitigate that. Training errors. So in a certain group of people, training errors is a very big part of the problem. And so that is in our runners and in our athletes. And we can loop this back, and sometimes there'll be more than one, and often there is more than one of these drivers that's involved. But for you to get the best bang for your buck, you need to be able to identify what the primary driver for you is. And there's a whole lot of other things as well. Sometimes there's anatomical shapes and positions of the heel. Sometimes there's underlying medical conditions like, for example, rheumatoid arthritis, or any sort of inflammatory type of systemic condition can predispose to this problem as well. So the orthotics, the footwear, the taping, the cortisones, the PRP injections, all of those sorts of things are great treatments, but until you have worked out what your primary drivers are for your heel pain, then you really won't be starting in the right place. And that's where we can help you identify these. You can help yourself straight away by doing some calf stretches and making sure that your footwear are suitable and appropriate. And come and see us, and we will help you get rid of this problem.